Колеги, вітання. Український кризовий медіцентр продовжує свою роботу. До слова запрошую.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Please welcome our next speaker, Colonel Motuzyanyk, Presidential Administration spokesperson on ATO matters. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Here are the updates about latest development on the ITO area for the past 24 hours. In Luhansk direction, it was the most tense. Within the past 24 hours, between 6 and 7 in the morning, a Ukrainian mobile group to counter smuggling went into ambush. It happened between Shesty and Slavyano-Serbsk. Despite they managed to use the reinforcement to repel the attack, 2 people, a volunteer and a fiscal service officers, were killed, and 6 more military servicemen were wounded. No other casualties have been reported in the ATO area except for that. For the first time in 4 days, the insurgents used heavy armaments, using a 120mm mortar to shell Ukrainian positions nearby Novotoshkevsk. Provocations were waged around Shasty and Krymsky, where small arms were used by our adversaries. In Popasna region of Lugansk Oblast, Svitlodarsk, Horlivka and Dzerzhinsk and Yasinovata area were rather calm yesterday. 2 cases of shellings were registered nearby Donetsk airport with small armaments and grenade launchers. Our positions around Krasnohorivska and Mariinka were fired at 4 times between 6 and 10 p.m. There is full-scale lull to the south from Donetsk and in Mariupol direction. Yesterday, the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine presented a new military doctrine of Ukraine, whereby it is officially stated that the key military threats to the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the state comes from the Russian Federation. Because of that, the doctrine envisages improvements to military infrastructure and redislocation of military detachments to eastern and southern regions. A sustainable Euro-Atlantic integration is also envisaged in the document. According to Ukraine's President Petro Poroshenko, the Ukrainian defense sector has to provide compliance with NATO standards and meet all the criteria for the membership in the alliance before 2020. Ukraine continues its military cooperation with Western allies, also in the scope of Sea Breeze 2015 military exercise, where you can see the Ukrainian and American military divers trained their capacities of underwater reconnaissance, inspection of vessels, and emergency assistance to fellow divers. Ukrainian military servicemen are returning home after treatment abroad, particularly in Lithuania. They were visited by Lithuania President Dalia Grybauskaitė while on treatment there. Ukrainian special services continue detaining collaborators of the insurgents. In Mariupol, the Security Service of Ukraine detained a military recruitment station officer who supplied the insurgents with information about the location of Ukrainian troops. And here you can see a video excerpt with the perpetrator, and you can hear to his confession. I transferred information about the dislocation and military strength of the Azov battalion. I also relayed information about movements of Ukrainian military equipment and machinery, including tanks. At this moment, I fully recognize the mistakes I have committed. I totally regret it, and I would really like to apologize to the people of Ukraine and to those guys who are on the front line now. On the outskirts of the village of Volодарsk in Donetsk region, an arsenal of illegal arms was found by law enforcement agencies. The stash included 3 grenade launchers, explosives, 800 grams of 7 grenades, and more than 2.5 thousand cartridges. Also, law enforcement agencies hold short an attempt to smuggle tobacco and other products across the conflict line for the total amount of 2 million hryvnias. If there are no questions or comments, thank you for this information. Our next briefing comes at 1:30 p.m.